Exclusives. Try hearts.
See that. All right, good morning. On the injury front, Josh Reynolds will be out. Kane will be out. Jay Tefeli, he will be out. And Jermaine Johnson will be out. All right, so those are the guys that won't be playing this week. When it comes to this game, nothing has changed from the mindset of what I said earlier in the week. We are going to Tampa to go win a game. Our guys are upbeat, coaches are upbeat. Had a really good week of practice. Looking forward to get on this plane, being able to lock arms as a team, get to this hotel, and have our total focus on playing our brand of football. And that is it. That is it. And I've said this here before. I think if we play our brand of football, for the most part, those results will be a win for us. And we're looking forward to going there playing our asses off to get a win. So, like I said, a good opponent. Nothing else needs to be said about who those guys are. That's always been talked about. And we're looking forward to this one.
With Jermaine, is that the same ankle he had the Achilles?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Is it a sprained ankle?
Sprained ankle.
With Jay,
Yep.
he's been out with an illness for a while.
Yep.
Can you share anything about that?
No, I won't do that. It's just an illness, and we expect him back real soon.
Okay.
You guys haven't had a takeaway yet.
Yep.
Is there? I mean, I obviously know you guys practice stuff like the punch down drill. And
Yep.
Are there things that you can emphasize as a coach to try to spark that summer?
Well, you just said it. It's the ability to emphasize it as much as possible. Not just emphasize it. You have to put action behind it also, and that's done on a daily basis when you watch our individual. Here's one thing I do know: when it comes to takeaways, we all know, we all hear it, and we all say it, that they come in bunches. It's just we have to get that first one, and I do believe once we get that first one, they will come, after that. And our guys, they're working their ass off to get them. And the thing is, usually when you do that and you don't get them, sometimes you get frustrated. So we can't get frustrated. We just got to continue doing the things that we've been doing to try to get them. And I know for a fact they're coming.
Can you speak about your relationship with Todd? You begin in the week by saying how personal this is. And
Yeah.
Going back to 2000 and 2005 and how much of an impact he's had on you throughout your career.
Well, I would acknowledge that he's a really good friend, first and foremost. And then back that up with how good of a coach he is. Very knowledgeable. I've had plenty of opportunities at the Combine, other places, to sit with him and just talk football. And he's one of the coaches that he doesn't hold anything back when it comes to information. Obviously, he's not going to give me what they do, anything like that, which I don't ask. But just talking football in general, of being a head coach. But even before that, being a coordinator, we had several conversations on how to go about that. And I'm very appreciative of who he is and what he's done for me. But again, I'm sure that he feels the same way I feel. Man, we're going there to get a win against each other. And we'll be talking after that.
When you were looking to be hired here,
Yep.
you talked to Todd about, obviously he played here, so you know what that aspect is, but, he has firsthand knowledge of what it is to coach here, too.
Yeah, well, our conversation was more or less on the bigger picture instead of, like, teams, to be honest with you. And that's what I needed from him for the most part. Just what it's like, the interview process, which I had been through it before, but just from his point of view, what is it like? And then just the steps to take as you become a head coach. And he always told me that I was ready, and I appreciate that from him. But he also told me, man, there are going to be some things that we haven't talked about, or anybody else that's your mentor hasn't told you. That's just going to come up, and you just have to make the best decision you can for the organization and for the team. And he was right. Some things do come up like that. But I appreciate the forward thinking that he was telling me about those things, and I always use his advice to the best of my knowledge to be able to handle situations like that.
Assuming Brady will be elevated.
Yeah.
He's a player away now.
Yeah.
Right. What's your confidence level on him?
Well, he wouldn't be here if I wasn't confident in him. I thought he did some really good things in the preseason. Listen, he's still learning, and it's one of those things, man. We have a number of rookies that play on the field for us, and it's no different than him being a quarterback. Obviously, it's a more highlighted position, but he's a rookie, and if it comes to him to play, he has to play. And we're going to do everything we can to put him in the best position to be successful.
With Justin, I'm sure he wanted to be out there this week. Just how has he handled, everything that's gone with having a setback with the injury and how has that been?
I think he's handling it as well as he can. Every competitor wants to be out on the field, but we understand the situation that he's in, and get himself right, be ready for the next game, and that's been my message to him, and also be able to help, where needed. So Tyrod's going to continue to lean on him, Brady's going to continue to lean on him, and it's his job to make sure that he give those guys the information that's needed, just like they will give him.
What's your philosophy, Aaron, on players that are injured?
Yep.
Do they lose their starting job through injury, or is it there?
I won't answer that type of question.
How do you handle the Bucs are banged up on the O-line, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Missing 3 starters. Do you talk about that much with your team, or do you say, that thing doesn't matter, if you're playing, you're playing?
This is the NFL, and there's a number of good players in this league. And injuries are part of this league. So it's not like we look at their injuries and we say we're going to slow down. Or they look at ours, because we have some too. So that's one thing we will not use as an excuse, or we will not use for bait or anything. No. They have guys that line up. We're going to line up against them guys, and we're going to do everything we can to beat those guys. And that's all we think about.
I guess, do you use it to speed up, though, right? Like you're saying, hey, we got these backups. Like, do you do that?
They're NFL players. They're the best of the best. They just happen to be a backup. But you don't get in this league without being one of the best players at your position. So we don't look at it like that. It's nameless, faceless. Let's go.
One guy that kind of flew under the radar when he got here was Briggs, and he seemed to have a pretty good game on Sunday.
Yeah.
What did you think of his performance?
He did have a pretty good game, but now we want consistency behind that. And we're looking for him. It's one of the reasons we got him, because we thought he was a good player. Good size, good leverage. He's strong. He's tough. So we're looking for him to just be consistent on a game-to-game basis. And then for him to be able to do that, it all starts in practice. And that's one thing I do like about coaching that player, is he understands how we practice, and he looks forward to the competition every day in practice like we do.
A couple more.
How did you feel practice went this week, and how you like they responded?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, when I started talking, I thought it was a great practice. And listen, our guys are upbeat, they're motivated. Here's what they do know is it was week 2, and the sky's not falling. As much as we all think it is, as much as all the outside know, as much as you guys write about that, the sky's not falling. I've been a part of that situation before, so our guys can rely on that. A lot of our coaches has been a part of that situation before, and they can rely on that. And some of these players have too, So, guys, we're looking forward to moving on. And 0-2, the sky's not falling.
Kind of along those lines, Quinnen said yesterday that as a defense, they took what happened personally in the run game and don't want to let it happen again. What do you think when you hear that from one of your leaders?
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. In my opinion, you take every game personal. You find something within each game to figure out how you can take it personal. And some people just, let's go play. Let's go play. So when you give the yards that we're giving up, you should look within yourself and figure out what can I do better, myself individually, and then us as a team to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I'm not surprised, just the type of player he is. I'm not surprised he said something like that. So I'm looking forward to each one of these guys. And I'm not just talking about the defense here. I'm talking about offense and special. I'm looking forward to each one of these guys going out there and playing their asses off.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.